You can't really call yourself a true coffee snob unless you have the right bit of equipment. So this is the 1Z Presso manual coffee grinder. It's a fantastic work of art. If you can look at the steel gray kind of color, the wooden handle. But apart from the looks, it's a really capable bit of equipment. It has 60 different settings on the dial. So you can dial in the coffee grind very precisely. The entire grind will be very, very consistent. So you'll be able to get a fantastic extraction from this coffee. So this is a very important piece. It has a magnetically attached receptacle, which is quite a nice touch. This long handle, which gives you a lot of leverage when you're grinding the coffee, actually kind of folds up and you can store it much more compactly. So that's quite convenient, but otherwise the leverage is really good for grinding the coffee. It takes about 20 to 30 seconds for me to grind the amount of coffee that I want. So this little beast is a battery powered coffee brewer. Really excellent quality of espressos that you get from this. It has a little compartment on the top that you can fill with water. If you fill it with regular water or cold water, then it will heat the water and it uses the battery to do that, and then it will brew the coffee. If you put hot water, it uses less battery and can last a little bit longer. So you can take it camping with you, but I use it right at home because it makes excellent espresso. And one advantage with this is a genuine espresso maker. So I suppose it has 9 bars of pressure or whatever qualifies to make it a true espresso shot. And unlike something like the AeroPress, which I also love, but it can't brew a true espresso shot that you can combine with milk and make other drinks. It's great for black coffees, but this is much more versatile and I absolutely adore this. It actually brews a fantastic cup of coffee. I used to think a bit of this was marketing and stuff like that, but honestly, if you're a coffee snob or connoisseur, whatever you might like to call yourself, this is an excellent bit of equipment. So moving on to how to brew your coffee. This Outin Nano does come with its own kit where you can have a little basket that you fill with coffee. And you can also, by the way, use coffee pods in this machine. But if you choose to, you can put in powdered coffee, and that's a much smaller dosage though. I would highly recommend that you get the optional kit that comes with this that allows you to make the full size espresso. So just for reference, this is the kit that comes with the Outin. So there's a smaller basket that fits into the case here. It's a much smaller one where less coffee will go in, and then of course there is a filter on top, a cap that goes in, and the whole unit goes into this case, and this case then goes into the Outin Nano. It becomes kind of a pod, and that's really what the Outin comes with. But the optional kit has a much bigger basket. So this is the steel basket that you fill with coffee. You can brew a bigger shot with this. It has its own filter cap that you put on top, and then it has its metallic case right here. So the whole thing fits here and becomes a neat little pod. The one thing is that the standard kit comes as plastic, and this is a metallic little piece here that's on the outer side. So it actually feels much more durable and high quality. And it also comes with a doser. So the doser really helps to actually put the coffee into the basket. It's very, very useful. You can take the receptacle and just turn it over and the coffee won't spill. So it's very useful. Also very nicely constructed. And then of course there's a tamper. The tamper is really useful to compact the coffee down. You would have seen at coffee shops a lot of professional baristas doing this really well. And then this makes sure that the coffee extraction is very uniform, and also you get the best extraction possible, because loosely kind of filled coffee will give you a very watery kind of shot at the end. So that's, and not to forget, last but not the least, this is a little tiny bit of equipment which is essentially a wire rolled up into a handle, and at the other end you kind of use it to stir the coffee up, make sure there are no lumps and that the coffee is spread out evenly. So one has to keep this really carefully. It's a very important part of the kit, and that will help you brew an excellent coffee. And that's what I do every morning. So if you're a coffee fan or you are enthusiastic about coffee, I suggest you get yourself a grinder and some kind of brewing mechanism apparatus to start learning about dialing in coffee tastes and the powder and the grind. And one thing, if you have to take away one thing from this entire thing, is that make sure that you grind your coffee fresh. That will give you the best cup of coffee. All other things being equal, that is the most important factor in my mind, because roasted coffee beans you can still store for a week or 10 days. I store them for up to about 10 days, and that also I put them in the freezer because they don't lose flavor as fast as powdered coffee does. So once you grind the coffee, the flavor starts escaping very quickly, and you have to ensure that you brew the coffee as quickly as possible. Not more than a day or two, I would suggest that you store the powdered coffee. So that's my 2 bits. If you're a coffee lover, leave your comments in the box below, and I hope to see you back here soon. Thank you for watching.